I had to really compose myself before I talked about this particular story. And I'm going to tell you guys, I want y'all to look in the eyes of that baby right there. Beautiful baby. So sweet. Had her whole life ahead of her. This baby's life was robbed of her in an unimaginable way. And I'm going to warn you guys, the details that I have to talk about in this story are very sensitive. They might turn your stomach. So if you guys are not able to handle that type of content, then I understand. This is your forewarning that I'm going to express those details. And if you can't handle it, then I understand if you need to exit the video. But that's your I forget what you call it, but that's my forewarning. This story comes out of a place called Decatur, Alabama. New details were released to the public. Oh, excuse me. Let me skip that. I'm gonna tell y'all that part next. An 8-month-old girl out of Decatur, Alabama, who was the victim of an alleged assault last week, had severe bruising over much of her body. A bite mark from teeth, a bite mark on her arm, and was gasping for air when Decatur police arrived, according to a police affidavit filed on Friday. The little girl remained in critical condition Friday afternoon at Children's of Alabama in Birmingham, according to the police. Got a lot of pictures of this baby. Beautiful little girl. The individual that you see on my screen, his name is Cameron Allman, Almen, Elliott. Cameron Allman Elliott. This dude is 22 years old. He don't look 22. This dude looks like he's every bit of 35 or 40 years old. He looked like he's like my age. But the dude is 22 years old. Out of Brownstone Street, Decatur, and he was arrested Wednesday and charged with second-degree assault, first-degree possession of marijuana, and possession of a controlled substance. He remained in the Morgan County Jail on Friday with a bail of $260,000, according to jail records, but I don't think that's enough on the bail, and I'm going to tell y'all why here in a moment. Now, according to the affidavit by Detective Timothy Pace, Morgan County 911 received a medical call reporting an unresponsive child shortly before midnight Tuesday, and police responded to the 2200 block of Victoria Drive Southwest along with medical personnel. Upon arrival, police found the girl gasping for air and unresponsive, with bruises, abrasions, and welts on her neck, face, shoulder, and legs, and a bite mark on her arm. This baby was initially transported to the Parkway campus of Decatur Morgan Hospital. Medical staff there advised of all her injuries appeared to be recent, and her non-responsive condition was due to the amount of trauma her body had received, and she was transported to Birmingham. Pace interviewed the child's mother, because I'm sure y'all want to know, where was mom? Pace interviewed the child's mother, who said that her daughter had been in good health with no injuries. The mother told Pace, Cameron Allman Elliott, that fool, that criminal, that thug, and remember, thug don't have a color attached to it, this dude is a criminal. The mother told Pace that that man took the child on a car ride And when he returned approximately 10 minutes later, the baby was gasping for air and in her current state. At that point, Elliott was charged with second-degree assault. After being booked into the Morgan County Jail, according to Pace's affidavit, Elliott made a phone call, which this will be very interesting to y'all. He was booked into jail. He was allowed a phone call. He made a phone call, and he told the person who he called and instructed them to go to the residence and get his backpack. Police found out because obviously they could listen in on the calls, and they contacted the owner of the residence and obtained consent to search it and then retrieved Elliott's backpack according to the affidavit, which was awesome. I'm glad they did that. Thank you. Somebody said 10 minutes don't even sound right. I 100% agree, but bookmark that. We'll come back to it. We haven't even got to the bad part yet. Devin McGuire. Who is Devin McGuire? Who is that? Is that a family member or something? Okay, yeah, let me know if you, Devin McGuire, if you want to call in, if you know something that we don't know, let one of the moderators or channel members know, and then they can tag my name. And then I could actually give you a link and let you call in, and you could tell me why you believe he's innocent. I'd be more than happy to open up my platform if you have information that you know for a fact. But if you're just guessing because you know his character or his personality, then we might want to hold off on that. But if you know something that will present good evidence, then let me know. But I'll be more than happy to let you call in. I'm his brother. Okay. Let me ask you this. Would you like to use the link? Matter of fact, can one of my moderators post the link? If you don't have it, I can pull it up real quick. So y'all bear with me. What this link is called StreamYard. And StreamYard will allow you to click this link no matter what device you're using, whether you're on a computer or a cell phone. And as long as when you click it, you can see that it says mic is working. You want to make sure to select the proper microphone, and you'll be able to call in. So there you go. Miss June Bennett posted the link, and all you have to do is click that link no matter what device you're on, type in a name, and I won't show you on camera, but you'll be able to come in, and I'll be able to talk to you. But I have it open. My platform is available to you. So click that link. She's reposting the link in there for you. So I'll wait for you. When I see you pop up, I will bring you in. After obtaining a search warrant, police found the backpack containing marijuana packaged in baggies for resale. They found Adderall pills and 3 digital scales with marijuana residue, according to Pace. Elliott had previously been charged 3 times with misdemeanor domestic violence for allegedly assaulting a former girlfriend, not the same woman whose child he assaulted in Decatur. So let me do this. Let me go ahead and bring in our guest. I'm going to do a quick mic check with you, and let me see if I can hear you. Devin, are you there? It's kind of freezing up a little bit.
Can you hear me?
I think I can make you out pretty good.
What about now?
Okay, audience, if y'all can, let me know if y'all can hear him. Do me a favor real quick. Give me a mic check. Say mic check, and I can see if I can hear you.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Okay, let me see if I can hear you. Hold on just a second. It's kind of freezing up a little bit. Hold on. Can you hear me? I think I can make you out pretty good. Hold on, just.
What about now?
Okay, audience, if y'all can, let me know if y'all can hear him.
You can hear him?
Do me a favor real quick. Give me a mic check. Say mic check, and I can see if I can hear
Mic check, 1, 2.
Okay, perfect. You're perfect. Okay, if you would, do me a favor and kind of let me know what name you want to go by, and let me know what your relationship is to this particular story.
My name is Devin, and he's like a brother to me. He's a brother to me. I was with him every day up into the situation.
Okay. You have the floor. Go ahead and kind of tell me as far as like what you want to share with us in the audience.
Okay. So basically, they're framing my brother. They're framing Cameron. We live in a state that the white people they are the majority. Like Alabama, they treat us like shit down here. Cameron, he was with April, with the baby's mom, and they say 2 days before this happened, that the baby was dropped by the grandmother or something. That's a rumor that I've heard, and then I've heard that the baby's mom gave the baby shaking what's it called, baby shaking syndrome,
Uh huh.
and and basically he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and the baby the baby was the last person in his possession. I mean, so, damn,
That's okay. Take
it's hard for me
take
to
your
talk
time. Take
about,
your
man.
time. Take your time. Like I say, you might not be used to hopping like on these things that we use all the time, so it's okay. But yeah, just kind of
Yeah,
just
I'm
take
not.
as much time as you
Yeah,
need to.
but he basically he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. He the baby wouldn't stop crying because the baby had they think the baby had shaken baby syndrome. The baby wouldn't stop crying. So the baby's mother told him to take the baby on a car ride. So he said he was gonna go to the store. He went to the store. The baby stopped crying. He thought everything was fine. He looked back and he saw that the baby's eyes were rolling to the back of her head and the baby was foaming out her mouth. He calls the baby's mom, and 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 she tells him to come right back right then and there. You know, he has a good relationship with the baby. The baby loves him. She even says it in the text message. I wish I could show y'all the text message, but I can't. But she even says it in the text message. All the baby knows is Cameron. The baby loves Cameron. The baby loves Cameron. And she's like, I love Cameron. I love Cameron. I know he didn't do this. Like she admits it in the text message. The lawyers and all this already got all this information from all the text messages. So we're just waiting on trial. But she admits that he didn't do it. She says that the EMT did all the bruises and the scars on her arm. And the baby has a bigger brother who's about, let's say, about 5 or 4. That probably where the bit mark came from, because they tested it for DNA and it was inconclusive. It wasn't Cameron's DNA.
Okay.
And Cameron, when I talked to Cameron and I had to let him know that the baby passed, Cameron broke out into tears. Cameron broke out into tears because he loved that baby. Like, he take care of that baby. He has 3 kids. He has 3 kids of his own. He has 2 little girls and one boy. And nothing has ever happened to them wrong. Nothing ever happened to them wrong. And I've lived with them. I've lived with him and the mother that they say he abused. He didn't abuse her. They fought and she called the police. She called the police, and of course, you know, you young, you learn from stuff like that. But they was into it, and you know, it was just something I tried to break it up, but he didn't like that. That was just totally that don't got nothing to do with this. But anyway.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah, ask questions, because that'll help me out a little bit.
Fair enough. Let me ask you this. When it comes
Yes,
to the
sir.
mom, what do you believe that the mom did? What do you think her role was, based on your understanding or based on what you know? What was the mom's role in this?
The mom role was either from the grandmama or whoever dropped the baby, or whoever gave the baby shaking baby syndrome. Her role was to stay out of it, because apparently she knows something. She knows something. So when they do the interviews, they don't interview her. They don't interview her mother. They interview the grandparents and all that. They like and I have messages from the mom that says that he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Like, she knows what happened. She's just, I guess, I'm not trying to be a racist or anything, but I guess white people stick together. You know, like they stick together for real. And the mom is mixed, and her family, like they real white, like, you know. And I love white people, you know. I'm not racist by any means, but you know, they are really white, you know. They rather throw a man under the bus rather than to, you know, tell the truth. Just tell them that you dropped the baby, or you gave the baby shaking baby syndrome, you know. And it's a rough story, because I even know the little girl myself. I know Makynslee myself, and it hurt me, you know, to find out that she passed. And Cam is in there. He's in there hurt. He's hurt right now because they're talking about that he's already been jumped in there by some white guys. They got him in protective custody, but he's hurt right now.
Hold on, just a second. Let me ask you this.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you're basically saying like this is like a racially motivated thing, right?
No, I'm not saying it's racially motivated. I'm saying he was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
But they're pinning it on him because of race, though, right?
No, I'm saying that their family is sticking together, and they're pinning it on him so no one else in their family goes down, because that baby was touched in parts that she shouldn't have been touched in.
Wait, hold on, because see,
and
that's what I'm getting.
His other family members, his uncles, his cousins, his brothers, she has a brother, you know, you never know who it could be, and his DNA was inconclusive. It wasn't his DNA.
Okay, his DNA was inconclusive. You're saying on the bite marks, but when
I can't really hear you.
Okay, so because you're talking about a part of the story that I haven't quite got to yet, so for everybody who's listening right now, there was a part of the story that was going to be a part 2. Part 2 of that story is that, let me see if I can pull it up here.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
It's going in and out.
Okay, hold on just a second. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hold on, let me see if I can switch my audio for you. Hold on. Let's see here. USB. Yeah, you should be able to hear me. You can hear me okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Here's the part that I was gonna get to. According to the Decatur Daily, the baby, who police said was murdered and sexually tortured by a Decatur man, had genital bruising that came from penetration. This information was contained within a police affidavit filed in court on Wednesday. That's outside of the bite marks and bruising. So let me ask you a very difficult question. When it comes to something like that, the kid obviously didn't do it to herself. There was an adult that did this, because that's not something that accidentally happens. So let me ask you this. In your estimation, who do you believe is responsible for violating this baby in a sexual manner?
Well, I'm gonna start off by saying this: the whole penetration thing. They say it wasn't. They say it was an item used. You know, so I really don't know. It could have been an uncle. It really could have been a brother, but it was an item used. It was no DNA. So I mean.
Okay, because they're also saying that all of this trauma was also recent. So I do a lot of these stories. So one thing that I know is that they also have the ability to determine whether injuries are like long healing injuries, like stuff that happened a while ago, compared to something that happened very recently, because it's kind of easy to tell that with the skin and all of that kind of stuff. They said all of this stuff happened very recently. All of these things, from the bite marks to the bruising to the, I hate even saying it, but the genital bruising, all of this happened at a very recent point.
Okay. Let me tell you this. In the text messages from the mom that I got from the mom, from the mother of the child, says that the EMT did this. The EMT handled my baby so rough that I literally cried. I cried. I couldn't watch it. That's all I gotta say about that. She said that the EMT handled her baby so rough. They were grabbing her by her arms and all that, like trying.
Okay.
I'm not telling. I wish I could send you the messages, but the lawyer got the messages. That's all I'm worried about.
So who is it that said that the EMTs handled the baby roughly?
The mother of the child.
And the mother is saying that's how the baby got the bruises?
Yes. She's playing both sides because at first she was telling Cameron's mother, she was telling this whole side that he didn't do anything, he didn't do nothing, he just rode to the store, she had a teaser and they came back, yada, and now she's basically on the whole other side. Well, she's not even allowed to talk. Her mom and her grandmom and her grandfather is doing all the talking.
Okay, fair enough. So here's another thing that I haven't introduced just yet. Like I said, the audience is really just hearing this for the first time for the most part. So, and like I said, I always want to try to have a level of respect for any guest that comes on. But what I want to do is I want to read a couple of sentences of the rest of this article because it was kind of what I was getting into right before you typed in the chat. And I do appreciate you at least, make an acknowledgement in there so we can bring you on and at least hear another side of the story, which is cool. But if you don't mind, let me read this part and then I want you to address what you believe or what you feel based on what I read, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, here we go. It says, after they obtained a search warrant, police found the backpack because what they're saying is that he called somebody and he asked something about a backpack. Well, they found out because I don't know if you really been to. Unfortunately, I've been to jail. I know how the shit work, right?
I've been to jail too.
So they obviously they listen to your calls and anything that you say can and will be used against you. So what they did was able to obtain a warrant and they went into that residence and found the backpack that he was asking about. So regardless of whether that was true or not, there was some mention of a backpack. They went and found the backpack and found that it had marijuana packaged in baggies for resale. I'm just reading literally what they quoted. They found Adderall pills and 3 digital scales with marijuana residue, but there's more. They said that Elliott has previously been charged with 3 crimes with misdemeanor domestic violence for allegedly assaulting a former girlfriend, not the same woman whose child they're saying that he assaulted allegedly. And I said allegedly. Mm-hmm. On September 28th of 2019, according to an affidavit by the Decatur police officer Jonathan Espino, Elliott went to the former girlfriend's apartment and after a verbal altercation, she ran downstairs to call the police. And that's when Elliott punched the woman in the mouth, according to the affidavit. I'm not qualifying whether it's true or not. That's just what they're saying. Okay.
Okay, now, I was living with them at that time, so yeah, that's a good question. That's the perfect question to ask.
Okay, and it said once the woman was on the ground, they're stating, according to the affidavit, Elliott started stomping her head and kicked her several times, and once in the stomach. And the woman was 5 months pregnant with Elliott's child at the time, and the two also had another child. One more thing I want to read to you. Another incident in May 12th of 2019 involved the same woman. So according to a police statement, Elliott struck her in the face and head and scratched her arms and back. Elliott transferred both municipal court cases to the circuit court and they're currently pending. But those cases are currently pending, although the victim in November 2019 submitted a letter to authorities asking that the charges be dropped. Now we put it behind us and we have moved on, or we move forward according to her note. She said, we've been co-parenting and getting along. But there was a third domestic violence charge that was filed against Elliott for an incident with the same ex-girlfriend that took place in March of last year, and that charge is also pending.
You know, that one is about the woman.
You're a little bit muffled, bro.
Huh?
You're a little bit muffled. Your voice is a little muffled.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir. Perfect. Go ahead.
All right, in that situation, that's the situation where the woman wants the man more than she cares about the baby. Like she's they fought. It wasn't no he just punched her. He just beat on her. He just kicked her.
Oh, I can't hear you now.
They fought. My bad. My girlfriend. She's back in me.
Okay.
But they fought. They fought a lot. Like I stayed in the back room and they fought a lot.
Bro, it's a little bit hard to hear you. You're saying who fought? It's a little bit hard to hear you.
The ex his ex that he has the kids with and him, they fought. Like she didn't want him to see his kids and stuff, and it elevated and stuff, and she put his hands on him, he put his hands on her. But he learned from that. You know, everybody, like I said, I've been in jail, you've been to jail, so he learned from that. You know, but it never happened again, and they have a great relationship now. She's actually defending him. She wants him free because she knows he's not that type of person. He just that was just in between. That was just their problems. Like, you know, I had to break it up sometimes. But
so you're saying they were physical as opposed to verbal,
huh?
So you're saying they had physical altercations?
Yeah. But you know, they're gonna listen to the woman's side of the story before they listen to you know how this whole thing works.
I don't know if you know this part, but you know that they had to remove the baby from life support on Monday, right? Yeah.
He Cameron, when Cameron found out the news, he cried, man. That was like one of his children. He got three of them. Like that was really like the first time I talked to him when he was in there, he was just like, just pray for the baby, man. Just pray for her. That's all I care about, man. Right now, I know I'm gonna get out. I know I didn't do anything. Just pray for the baby. That's all he was saying. You know, just pray for me, pray for the baby. But we got faith. We got faith because we know we didn't. We know. He said, I know I didn't do anything. He said, just pray for the baby. Pray for Makynslee. So like he was on her side, man. Like. It's some sickness going inside that's going on with inside their family, the mother's family that's not being brought to light.
Okay, let me give you this last part because we're getting ready to close out here in just a moment. Because this was very recent. This was. Hold. Let me. I'm gonna mute you just for a second, okay? Can you still hear me? Okay, good. Okay. I just needed to mute you just for a second. I'm going to bring you right back in, so just bear with me. This last part says that on February the 10th, because this just occurred, a search warrant affidavit, Detective Joshua Daniel said a rape kit, R-A-P-E, a rape kit was used on the baby, and the results are unknown at this time. But the search warrant requested authorization to take a DNA swab from Elliott, which was granted for purposes of comparing it to DNA gathered for the rape kit. So that is still pending, and that's their official word that they're saying. They're not saying whether it was conclusive or not conclusive just yet. What are your thoughts on that?
He didn't do it. I mean, that's my thoughts, man. He didn't. I don't know where a rape kit came from. I've never seen a rape kit, but I know he didn't do it. And like I said, it's plenty of people that the baby be around. She lets the baby the baby is watched by the baby is watched by many people. That's all I'm gonna say. You know.
Are you familiar, kind of with what? Let me see if I can get his name back up here. Are you familiar with what Elliot is facing as far as
Yes,
his
sir.
charges?
That's why I'm fighting so hard because we all know, like, if you go on Facebook and you type in "justice for Cameron," like it's flooded. Like, the people know who he is. People know he's not like that. That's just sickening for it. That's sick. That's a sick human being. And Cameron is Cameron got the heart of gold. It's been nice where I haven't had places to sleep, and he let me sleep there with him and his family. You know, like, all those false allegations is all gonna come to the light when it goes to trial.
Okay, well, let me do this. Let me go ahead.
We're pretty confident. We're confident.
Well, let me go ahead and do this. First of all, I want to say thank you for your time. But I do this with everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the floor and let you give your closing thoughts about this, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. And I'll go ahead and finish my part of the story.
Could you repeat that?
Yeah, hold on just a second. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this out, and I'm gonna give you an opportunity to give your closing thoughts about this, and then I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with my part of the story. But go ahead and give your closing thoughts before I let you go.
My closing thoughts are: people should just stop bashing and slandering until they find the real truth and what really happened. Because in other cases, like the other case, you saw, you know what happened. But in this case, there's not enough evidence. They've got when it goes to trial, they've got to come with all their evidence, and we've got all our evidence, and we're confident. We're confident. We know that he didn't do this. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got to say.
Okay. All right. Well, Devin, man, look, I want to say thank you for your time, and I appreciate you taking a moment to spend with me to kind of give us some more clarity to the story. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Justice for Cameron.
All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to be real honest with you guys. I have a lot of thoughts, and I know Devin is listening right now. And Devin, look, man, I want to say this. Look, I truly, first of all, I know it takes a lot of courage for people to get on here and talk, especially when you're familiar with these cases. So for that, bro, I want to say I appreciate you for taking the moment and having some courage to come on here. It's like I say, not everybody does it. Not everybody's got the courage to do that. So I can appreciate you doing that and standing by your friend. I can appreciate you sticking up for your friend and all of that good stuff, okay? So I just want that to be the precursor for what I'm getting ready to say. You said justice for Cameron. I feel you because that's your friend. I feel you. That's your dog. You ride for your homie. I get it. But I feel like instead of there being justice for Cameron, I feel like there should be justice for Makynslee Jayde Mason. The baby that I'm showing on my screen right now, before anybody, before the mom, before the boyfriend, before the dad, before the EMT workers, before anybody, I feel like justice has to go for the baby. And let me say this, because I know a lot of people might not know what the baby's name is, so I got to kind of spell it out for you guys. But Makynslee's name is spelled Makynslee. Jayde, which is Jayde. Makynslee Jayde. So the way I was able to find so many pictures of the baby was because I typed in hashtag Makynslee Jayde or justice for Makynslee Jayde. So it's a little bit hard. Matter of fact, let me post it in the chat so you guys can find it a little bit easier. Hold on just a second. It's a very unique name, so I'm sorry if I'm not able to enunciate it properly. Justice for Makynslee Jayde. So that's how you spell it if you guys want to look more information up. But I feel like that's where the focus should be. But you also got to remember that that's what my channel stands for. That's what AFC. The AFC, which is this logo right here, that's what it stands for, the Advocates for Children. And we advocate for children first before we advocate for anybody else, before mom and before anybody. But second thing I want to bring up is I was quite a bit confused by the recollection of those stories. And let me tell y'all why. Because we cannot excuse a man that is around children that has a backpack that contained, and that should be pretty easy to prove, that he called and asked for a backpack. That sounded like it made a lot of sense, that it was probably him, asked about a backpack. They intercepted the backpack, and the backpack had marijuana, packaged for resale, Adderall pills, and 3 digital scales that had marijuana residue. Like, I don't think that would be pinned on somebody. But like I say, if he was into drugs, that don't make him a murderer. It definitely doesn't make him a murderer. But I will tell you guys this. One thing that made it very odd and very weird for me was this big fact. Nobody has denied that, let me see if I can get his name, that Cameron Elliott had the child in his possession. They said he left. Let me see if I can read this again verbatim. Cameron took the child on a car ride, and then he returned approximately 10 minutes later, where the baby was gasping for air in her current state. I'm going to say that again. Everybody was saying that the baby was fine before he took the baby into his possession, took her on a car ride, and the baby comes back in this horrible distress. That I believe that time frame is impossible, and somebody's lying about that time frame. It wasn't no 10 minutes, and even if it was, how can a baby come back that distraught in 10 minutes? That doesn't make any sense. This baby was penetrated with an inanimate object, with something. I don't know what it was. We'll find out, hopefully. But on top of that, if that baby was penetrated, he brought the baby back in 10 minutes, they called 911, and the baby was in that level of distress, that would mean if he didn't do it, then that baby would have already been in distress. I'm going to say that again. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. If this stuff happened before the baby was in his possession, then the baby would have already been in a hell of a lot of distress before he took the baby into his possession. Am I right or am I wrong about that? Something is not right about that, and somebody is lying. Either, what's his boy's name? Either Cameron is lying or the mom is lying. But one of those two is lying. This baby is dead because of one of those two people. I can't definitively say that it was Cameron. But what I can say is that it was one or the other. It was either mom or the boyfriend. The baby would have already been crying and screaming and would have been in distress, would have had trouble breathing if this baby was body, and I hate saying this because it's really hard to talk about, with this baby's body being physically penetrated with something. Whoever did it. If he picked the baby up and he didn't do it, he damn sure couldn't have did it after he dropped the baby off. So that means it must have happened before. And if they happened before, then he would have noticed that this baby was already breathing hard and in distress before he picked up the child. We can't just walk by that and act like we didn't hear what we just heard. It's something about that that's not adding up. And on top of that, I'm going to tell you the type of person that I am. I'm going to be real straight with y'all. I'm a straight shooter. And a lot of people might not like what I got to say, but I've always been the type of dude that keep it a grand. I keep it 100 about what I feel and what I believe. Here's my belief. I believe that somebody who's selling drugs illegally, selling pills illegally, it ain't past them to do some other illicit shit, especially when it comes to kids. Because if they're doing illicit deeds, then it proves that they don't care about their future. And so for a person to be dealing with illegal drugs, knowing that they could get a lot of time in jail for that anyway, it wouldn't be so much far past them to go a little bit further. And matter of fact, here's another point. So we could question his behavior when it comes to the drugs and all of that, but let's talk about the actions. We have actual court case records of him being violent, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but multiple times to his ex-girlfriend. They were in physical altercations between punching and hitting and kicking. It seems that this man has a violent attitude. And matter of fact, let me just ask the people who are listening in the chat right now. I just want to ask y'all opinion before we wrap up, because I think I've said about all I need to say. What do you guys think about any individual? Matter of fact, we'll talk about that. Matter of fact, shit. Let me just put this picture up there because y'all might not even have seen this. To his friend in the chat, bro, I know you're still listening, but I got to do this. I have to do this. All I'm doing is just painting a picture of possibility because this is what I do on my show. When they say that pictures speak 1,000 words, do you guys believe that pictures speak 1,000 words? These are 2 pictures of Mr. Elliott. And I want y'all to think about this. He had a hell of a lot of violent altercations with his ex-girlfriend. He demonstrates violent behavior. His backpack was full of illicit drugs. Is it too far-fetched to think that he might have been just a little bit violent with a baby of a woman who he might have had some issues with? I'm just asking, is it possible? Y'all see the gun in the hand. Y'all see him throwing up the middle fingers. I know everybody do what they do. Not everybody see nothing wrong with this. But me personally, I think from a father's standpoint, not just a black man's standpoint. I think from a father's standpoint, and I don't think from, me being in the corporate world, to me being a father, to me being a counselor, a mentor, and even all of the bad things that I've done and been through in life. I just don't think it's a smart thing to pose with the thug outfit on, right? With guns and throwing up middle fingers. And matter of fact, I didn't even think about that. What is that in that right picture down there at the bottom? I didn't even think about that. Can y'all see that? Or do I need to break out my trusty whiteboard? I think I'll break out the trusty whiteboard. What is this? I didn't even see this before. It's like finding Where's Waldo. What is that? There is a backpack. Is this the same backpack? Hell if I know. All I'm saying is that when you have a lot of evidence built up against you, all they're doing is just going to make a case against this guy. That's all I'm saying. They're going to make a case against him. They're going to use his past behavior. They're going to use his pictures. They're going to use that phone call he made. They're going to use his version of the story. They're going to use mom's version of the story. They're going to use all of this. And you have to ask yourself, with everything that you've heard from this so-called 10-minute car ride, to this baby already having this trauma, to the EMTs were too rough with the baby, which I'm not really sure how an EMT would be rough with a baby or why they would be rough with a baby, how that's even a feasible thing to even fathom, to the fact that there is evidence of sexual trauma to this baby that nobody is admitting to. And the fact that if that happened to the baby beforehand, the baby would have already been in distress way before he got there. So here's what you would have to ask yourself before I close out and show you guys the news videos. You'd have to ask yourself, if the baby was already in distress, then why did he agree to take the baby on a 10-minute car ride and brought her back? It shouldn't have taken a human being 10 minutes to figure out that something's wrong with a baby, unless something became wrong with the baby after the baby left for the car ride. I'm sorry, man. It's just too much evidence and too many fingers that are pointing at this dude. That's all I'm saying. Let me go ahead and give you guys the fair usage. I know I've kept you guys here for a long time. I will break this video up into smaller pieces so y'all can watch this at a later point. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have a video of Cameron Elliott that I forgot to tell y'all that I was going to play. Do y'all want to hear how violent this dude is? I have a video to show you guys how violent Mr. Cameron Elliott is. Do you guys want to see that, or do y'all want me to skip that video? Let me know before I play it, okay?
We are sad to report that the 8-month-old child who was assaulted last week on Victoria Drive in Decatur has died. The suspect, 22-year-old Cameron Elliott, is now facing numerous charges, including capital murder. Elliott is being held without bond at the Morgan County Jail tonight.
I almost forgot I had that video. If y'all want to see it, say play it in the chat or click the thumbs up. I almost forgot. I think y'all might want to see this. So if anybody says no, I think y'all might want to see it. Y'all say yes? Okay, people are saying yes. Okay. I'm just showing his character. Right after this video.
In Decatur, a man is charged with assault of a child, an 8-month-old. Police responded to a medical distress call Tuesday at just before midnight. At the home, authorities found the baby suffering from physical injuries, and upon a preliminary investigation, the child appeared to be assaulted and is in critical condition at a hospital in Birmingham. The suspect, Cameron Allman Elliott, was charged, and in the investigation, authorities found marijuana packaged for resale at his home. Elliott was booked into the Morgan County Correctional Facility on a $260,000 bond.
All right, those are all of the news videos. So for those of you who want to see this video, again, what I'm going to show is I'm going to show mom's boyfriend on camera, and I'm going to just let his words speak for himself. This video is approximately, let me see if I can see. This video is 10 minutes long. It's already late at night. I'm going to let the video play. So y'all said play it? Okay. Let me make it bigger on the screen so y'all can hear this. So what he did was he went live and he decided to, I guess, rant. It's a pretty interesting conversation, and I think this kind of shows a little bit of his character. So it's just like, so when I go live, you guys can watch my videos. You can kind of see what my character and what my demeanor is. I think that could be used either for me or against me. So in this video, I think that this video can either be used for him or against him. Without any further ado, we're going to play this under fair use, federal law, USC 107, fair use. Let's get it. I'm going to just let it play out. There's nothing wrong with the sound. I think he's waiting for his live and people to show up before he starts talking. So I'm going to just let it play. And if you guys are watching, please click the thumbs up and share this video. We're at 600 thumbs up. Try to get us to 700, please. We're doing really well. Please click that thumbs up. $758 people here. We should be able to get 700 thumbs up.
I didn't ask for a DNA test on several occasions. On several occasions, I didn't ask for a DNA test. But every time I ask for a DNA test, it's fuck you. Don't worry about it. It ain't your baby. This, and that. But you get on Facebook and drag a nigga name all through the mud like I just ain't shit. I got a motherfucking problem with that. A real life problem with that. It's not like I said, fuck the child. I ain't trying to be a father to the child or nothing of that nature. I said, give me a DNA test, and you turned this motherfucker into World War III. Nick, you know I done tried to do the right thing. On several occasions, I done tried to do the right thing. But motherfuckers keep playing with me, and that's what I'm not finna stand for. I done asked the girl for a DNA test on several occasions, but you want to take it there. You want to fuck me, fuck everything that I stand for, and I ain't trying to be a child, trying to be a father to the motherfucking child. I'm just a sperm donor. Nah, we not finna go there. Bitch, give me a DNA test like I asked your stupid ass. And if it come back to be my motherfucking child, I'll take care of it. But I'm not finna be out here looking like no fucking idiot, taking care of a child that's not mine. I know what you do and you know what you do, bitch. You ain't clean. We know you ain't clean. You know you ain't clean. You know what the fuck you get into, you whorish ass little girl. She took it there. When do the fuck I ever get on live and do some crazy shit like that? Bitch, stop, keep my name out your mouth. Tell your cousins to keep my name out your mouth. Your mama keep my name out your mouth. Your aunties, all of them. Straight like that. If you got a brother or anything, that situation that want to bump, I'll beat his ass. I'll beat all your uncles up. I'll take it though with all y'all. And that's on my son. Stop saying my son ain't mine, bitch. You mad because I ain't claiming your daughter. I'm just not finna claim no motherfucking child that I don't know mine, you whorish ass little girl. No, why the fuck y'all just continue to play with me like I'm just not, like I'm just some timid ass nigga, like I won't come out my shell or something, man. I will show you and your whole family something. And those facts. I will show you and your whole motherfucking family something. Everybody in your family that got something to say, all your homegirls that got something to say on my mama, I will show all y'all stupid asses something. Y'all some weak bitches. All y'all. And then one of y'all gonna say shit to my face. Period. Fuck out of here, man.
There's more.
I'm not worried about it. Cause y'all just gonna drag my name through the dirt like I ain't trying to be no father to the child. Bitch, I done asked you on several occasions to give me a DNA test, and if it's mine, I'm gonna take care of it. I ain't running from that situation. I'm a motherfucking man, and I'm gonna stand on my 2 feet. I ain't running away from that situation. Period.
I'm just letting it play.
Sick of the ignorant ass shit. Courtney, fuck you.
Damn.
Yeah, like I'm just a deadbeat dad or something. Like I won't stand on my 2 feet and take care of my responsibility. Bitch, if I sit there and made the child with you, what the fuck make you think I ain't? I'm not like these other niggas. If I'm gonna make a child, bitch, I'm gonna take care of it. I'm not finna goddamn. On my mama, I'm not finna be like these other niggas. I ain't had no goddamn daddy. I'm gonna make sure everything in my power and my children got one. Period. I don't never want it to be a day my children say some goddamn shit like they ain't never had their goddamn daddy in their life. Nah, that shit ain't gonna happen. Fuck you talking about. You folks got life fucked up. I'm tired of being a bigger person all the time. All the fuck I do is goddamn try to be the bigger person, but over and over again, everybody and their grandma out here. Well, shit, that's your baby and he ain't taking care of it. He a deadbeat. Oh, he just got one baby on the way. Fuck y'all talking about, man. I done told her October 6th, when the little girl was born, give me a DNA test. I'll take care of mine. I ain't running from that situation. Who the fuck crying? Courtney, stop talking to me before I block your ass. I'm gonna call Coretta on your ass. Just sick of ignorant ass folks. Just like when Cam Jr. get here, I'ma take care of him. Fuck y'all trying. Folk crazy as fuck, man. With the little girl here, I ain't taking care of her. Damn right I'm not gonna take care of her. If I don't know if she mine or not, you gonna take care of a child if you don't know it's yours? Zay, you gonna take care of a child if you don't know it's yours, bro? And I'ma wait for your answer to say anything else. Like, these folks crazy. They ain't got the audacity to say some, I'm sending some papers your way. Okay. Okay. You can send them bitches my way, and guess what they gonna do? Courtney, you so funny. You know what they gonna do? They gonna give your stupid ass DNA test. I'm just... On my mama, I'm not taking care of shit unless I know it's mine for a fact. The little girl mama knows she a hoe. I know she a hoe.
Wow.
If I told y'all who she was, y'all would know she a hoe. This shit tragic, man. They're trying to slander a nigga name like I ain't gonna take care of my responsibilities as a motherfucking man or something. Y'all got like fucked up. Any nigga in the street, no.
I've got the volume turned up. He's just talking really low.
Never, ever in my life. Mary, baby mine. I know that for a fact. Your child is a different story, bitch. I know what you get into and you know what you get into. I'm not claiming shit. Dana will tell her. Dana gonna tell it all. Dana gonna tell it all. And it ain't like I ain't trying to claim little baby either. Period. I'm just sick of playing with these stupid ass folks. Time will tell you who it is.
So I'm going to tell you the part of the video that really caught my attention, that stood out, was this beginning part.
Every time I ask for a DNA test, try to do the right thing. Fucking idiot taking care of a child that's not mine. I know what you do and you know what you do, bitch. It's all of them. Straight like that. Tell your cousins to keep my name out your...
This part right here. This is the part that stood out to me.
Who the fuck I ever get on live and do some crazy shit like that? Bitch, stop. Keep my name out your mouth. Tell your cousins to keep my name out your mouth. Your mama keep my name out your mouth. Your aunties, all of them. Straight like that. If you got a brother or anything, that situation that want to bump, I'll beat his ass. I'll beat all your uncles up. I'll take it though. Well,
that part.
Bitch, stop. Keep my name out your mouth. Tell your cousins to keep my name out your mouth. Your mama keep my name out your mouth. Your aunties, all of them. Straight like that. If you got a brother or anything, that situation that want to bump, I'll beat his ass. I'll beat all your uncles up. I'll take it though. With all y'all.
All right, I think that's enough of that video. And here's what I want to also point out as a remainder point to give my closing thoughts about this. I don't know this dude. I don't know if he's capable of doing what he's charged with. I don't know. But what I am saying is that a lot of what we've read, a lot of what we've heard, even that video, a lot of the things that were said don't make sense, and a lot of the fingers are pointing directly at him. All I know is that somebody did something to this baby, and it's between either the mother or him. One of those two. The police feel they have enough evidence to charge him and him alone. I don't know what evidence they have, but here's what I do know. That was the condition and the state of that baby. And if y'all don't hear nothing else that I've said all night long, between the video that you just watched, between the gentleman that came on and spoke his thoughts about this story, I want y'all to remember that that's what my video is about. It's not about any petty fighting between girlfriend and boyfriend. This ain't about trying to settle differences. This ain't about what they're going to do with their lives or nothing like that. This is all about Makynslee Jayde Mason, who was only 8 months old. This baby could not speak for herself, nor could she defend herself against the tyranny of her caretakers. This baby suffered in an unimaginable way, and she didn't deserve what she got. She did not deserve to die. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you did not hear the part that I reported, they thought the baby might survive, but they had to take her poor little body off of life support. Her body, her brain wasn't showing any more brain activity, and she could not be saved. I definitely want you guys to do like the sign says, and I just want y'all to pray and keep Makynslee. Excuse me. I apologize about coughing. I'm sorry about that. But I want y'all to remember to keep Makynslee Jayde in your prayers and think about her first when it comes to this case. Whomever is responsible for what they did to this baby, and let me pull up my favorite picture of her. They have a lot of awesome pictures. I actually had some pictures of her and the grandparents, which I thought they were beautiful pictures, where the little baby would just fall asleep on grandpa's chest. And it was just a beautiful thing to see, man. Just see people that just really cared about this baby and loved her. And she seemed to just be like the typical innocent baby. That's actually a picture of the mom and the baby, but it's kind of like cartooned a little bit. But I think that's a really cool picture. But like I say, I don't know who's actually fully responsible for this. But I do know that somebody needs to be held responsible. Let me see if I can find my favorite picture of her. And then I'll close out. This was probably one of my favorites right here. Justice for Makynslee. Beautiful little baby. And I'm so sorry, sweetheart, young princess, that this world has failed you. For that, we all apologize. We sent a prayer hands up. And we are so sorry that we did not get an opportunity to see you grow up and become something great. Makynslee Jayde Mason, R.I.P. young princess, R.I.P. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you guys so much for being patient with our stream on this particular story, and I hope you guys listened with an open mind and an open heart. From my heart to yours, I love you all. Thank you guys so much, and y'all have a blessed evening, okay? Thank you.